What's up, gentlemen? So your scent is one of your most powerful nonverbal communicating tools that you have. And the beautiful thing is that unlike things like your height or your bone structure or the color of your skin, you've got 100% control over the way that you smell. And the incredible thing about it is that if you smell good, you are going to have more opportunities. You're going to be attracting more people without ever having to actually say anything. But on the flip side, if you're making any of the mistakes we're going over in today's video, unfortunately, you are repelling and repulsing people because you stink. Today, guys, I'm going over the top 10, the biggest and most common fragrance wearing mistakes that so many of you, I would say probably 99% of you guys, are making one, if not more, of these mistakes. And unfortunately, it's preventing you from smelling incredible. Number one is your wrist as a pulse point. Gentlemen, you want to talk about a wasted spritz of amazingness? Use your wrist. It's the worst pulse point because it's away from people's face. Guys, if you want to make sure that you're smelling incredible, you got to keep the fragrance up where they can smell it near their nose. And that's the reason why you want to make sure that the pulse points that you're actually using are up in the upper part of your neck, behind your ear, and your upper chest. Feet, elbows, armpits, back of the knee, not pulse points. Do not allow your girlfriend, your wife, your grandma, your sister, your Aunt Brenda to pick out your fragrance. It's your job, your scent, your responsibility. The other downside, if you let your ex-girlfriend pick it, is that you're always going to smell like her ex-boyfriend Brad. But I smell intoxicating. Do not spray your fragrance in your shoes or on your stinky feet, all right? It's not going to mask the odor. Your feet still stink. Now they just smell like stinky feet and sauvage. Do not wear body spray. It is not a fragrance. It is a body spray that 11-year-old boys wear. This stuff stinks. Don't spray the fragrance down your pants, front or back, all right? Now, I get it because I was young too, and I thought, oh, if I want my junk to smell incredible, I'm just gonna give it a little spritz down there, right? And then when Becky Sue goes downtown to visit Al, she's gonna be like, oh my God, you smell amazing. The problem, it doesn't work like that. Not only does fragrance taste bad, I'm just saying, the other downside to spraying this down your pants is that it's going to mix with your natural essence. And by essence, I mean man musk. And it doesn't smell good. It smells actually very off-putting and nasty, all right? What you want to do is make sure that your balls and down there stay dry, so powder those bad boys so you don't get musky and you're always smelling fresh. Do not layer fragrances, all right? If you're going to be rocking an incredible fragrance like this Leighton that I just got from Scentbird, today's video sponsor. Okay, let me just back up. Leighton, have you guys smelled that? Parfums de Marly? Parfums de Marly is one of my favorite, like, boutique-y fragrance houses. Now, unfortunately, they're going to be like $300 to $400 a bottle. But the beautiful thing is that Scentbird has Parfums de Marly. And recently, I actually got 3 new ones sent to me, and Leighton is one of them. Guys, if you're looking for a scent that is absolutely going to drive people crazy in a good way, you gotta check out Parfums de Marly. Leighton is next level in terms of sexiness. Honestly, it could be one of my favorite fragrances. I also got 2 others that are more like boutique-y, but they are incredible as well. One is actually from a guy named Chris Collins. It's called African Robois, and it is so sexy. It's got black pepper, cardamom, right? It's got like orris butter. It also has like tonka bean. It's so sexy. But then I also got a third one that was kind of like a wild card, and that's one of the reasons why I love Scentbird so much. It allows you to try fragrances without actually committing and buying a big bottle, all right? This one is called Debaser by DS and Durga, and I absolutely love it. It's a light, fresh fragrance that is perfect for summer. So Scentbird, you guys have all heard me talk about it before. It is my guilty pleasure and obsession, all right? Now, the normal membership basically sends you 1 fragrance of your choice every month, right? But you can upgrade. Me, I get literally 3 every month because I'm nuts, right? I also love trying the different fragrances. And the cool thing with Scentbird, they've got such a huge selection. Now, of course, they've got all your popular trendy brands, all your expensive sexy brands, but the thing that I love is exploring some of these more boutique-y brands, because that's where you find some hidden gems. You also find fragrances that her ex-boyfriend isn't wearing. Guys, I'm gonna link to all 3 of the fragrances that I got this month if you guys want to check them out or are looking for a recommendation. There's also going to be a discount code. If you use the code ALPHA3, you're going to get 55% off your first month of Scentbird, which means it's a huge no-brainer. The way that Scentbird works, there's a link, the code down below. You go and you basically sign up and you get to build your custom fragrance queue. You get to choose whichever fragrance you want and add it to your queue. Month number 1, they're going to send you the super sexy travel case. It's magnetic. It also has a lock. And they're also going to send you the first fragrance in your queue. And the amount that they send you is a ton. It's 0.27 ounces, which is a lot of fragrance. It's literally a ton of fragrance. 0.27 ounces is a lot of fragrance. And for the price, that's the thing that is so incredibly crazy about Scentbird, right? The price, regular price, is under $17, but with that discount code, month number 1 is like under $8. It's like $7.60, which makes it a huge no-brainer. You get your first fragrance, you also get that travel case. And then month number 2, they send you the second fragrance in your queue. Month number 3, the third fragrance, so on and so forth. You can go in, you can change it, you can search online to find which fragrance you want to try, or you can take one of their quizzes. Now is the time. Hit the link down below. Use that discount code ALPHA3 to get 55% off your first month of Scentbird. Hold up! I almost forgot to tell you about the whole importance of not layering fragrances, right? When I got on my Scentbird tangent, it was to tell you, you don't want to wear or use a body wash that has a powerful fragrance or a deodorant or a lotion. You want to make sure that the products you're using are very mild in terms of scent or unscented in order to not layer and combine fragrances. Because if you want to smell like your scent, you don't want to smell like your scent plus body wash plus deodorant and lotion. Just scent. Which brings me to the next biggest fragrance wearing don't. And that is, don't wear the same fragrance every single day. The truth is, you've got to switch it up. You've got to rotate if you want to keep smelling fresh and incredible. Because what happens, a lot of guys will find like one fragrance, they'll get a compliment, and then they never change it. Unfortunately, even if you do smell good, people get used to you, and they don't think that you smell great anymore. You just smell like you always do. But by changing it up and rotating different fragrances, whether or not it's on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, even a daily basis, it keeps people's senses and noses guessing. Don't mist technique, right? So many guys do that, right? They'll spray it and then walk into it. Gentlemen, you gotta spray the fragrance onto the pulse point 3 to 5 inches away, all right? You don't want it to miss, because when it misses, it's basically not concentrated and it's not going to allow it to project. A lot of guys think, yo, I'm just gonna cover my whole body. Gentlemen, it doesn't work that way. Spray it on a pulse point so that it's concentrated and it projects like a rock star. But do not spray that fragrance on dry skin, all right? Dry skin basically absorbs the fragrance and doesn't allow it to project. You wanna make sure that the fragrance is sitting on top of your skin and getting heated up. One of my favorite hacks is a little dab of Vaseline on my pulse point, right? Not a ton, you're not like greasy or anything like that. Small dab and then spray the fragrance on top of it. What happens is it basically is preventing it from soaking in. It's creating a barrier, allowing the fragrance to be concentrated on top of your skin. It's on a pulse point, so it's getting heated up. It's projecting longer and stronger and better for hours. The next don't spray fragrance on your clothing. Not because it's gonna mess up your clothing, unless you're wearing like leather or suede and you're spraying it real close directly on it repeatedly. The truth is that when you spray the fragrance on your clothing, it's getting absorbed by the fabric and it's not, once again, projecting. Guys, it's all about the warming up, the heating up of the fragrance in order for people to be able to smell it. And last, but probably should be first, the biggest don't wear too much, all right? When it comes to smelling great, less is oftentimes more, right? You don't need to be able to smell your own fragrance all day. If you are, chances are you're wearing too much of it. 3 squirts is what I recommend. For me, I go neck, and upper chest. If you want to use a different pulse point, that's totally cool. You also need to understand that the fragrance that you're wearing has different potencies. 3 squirts may be too much, or it could potentially be too little if you're wearing something that has lower concentration of oils, right? You gotta be familiar with what you're actually buying. If you're buying a perfume, this is super concentrated and powerful, so back off a little bit. An EDP or an EDT, right? You've got to know what you're actually buying. Some of them are a little bit lighter, right? They aren't going to last that long, and so reapplying during the day may be a great idea. That's one of the other reasons why I love Scentbird so much, because you can actually take these little containers with you. They have a little lock, and so you don't spill it, which brings me to the one little bonus tip. Don't travel with a big bottle of fragrance in terms of taking it on an airplane, all right? Few reasons. Number one, it can leak. The other reason is it can get stolen, all right? I've actually had both of those things happen, which is why you should get like an atomizer that's refillable, or check out Scentbird. These things are amazing. Gentlemen, speaking of amazing, if you don't do the things that we talked about, you will always smell amazing.